Hi, this is Mariah Gullo from The Hollywood Reporter, and I'm in studio today with Calum Worthy. Hey, how's it going?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Good. We're here to talk about your new movie, Bodied.
Yes.
And the first thing I want to know is, what does Bodied mean?
Okay, so Bodied, it's like when someone destroys another rapper in a round because it's like they did so well in the battle that they killed them and they're getting a body bag.
Ah, nice. Okay, got it. Yeah, now this project is produced by Eminem. So, how much did you know about that coming in, and what was your interaction with him?
I mean, Eminem has been always one of my favorite rappers.
Yeah.
I grew up listening to him. 8 Mile is one of my favorite movies. So in being able to do a project with him was amazing. And I mean, he really raised the bar for battle rap movies. And he's one of the best battle rappers in the world. So the fact that we get his stamp of approval means a lot.
Yeah, and what's the differences between the battle raps in Bodied and in 8 Mile? Like, should people expect?
Well, the culture's changed a lot. There's no beat now in battle rap, so now it's more like beat poetry. So there's no music behind it. It's just two people talking. What that allows for is a lot more crowd interaction, so you can play off of what other people are doing in the audience. The other thing that's changed is the world as well. Social media has changed. Cultural appropriation has changed a little bit. Freedom of speech versus where is the limit is a discussion that's really common right now. And those are the two things that we tackle, which I would also argue are two of the most controversial topics in 2018.
Right. Which is really interesting because when Eminem came up, the hip hop world was dealing with the same things. Very controversial lyrics, lots of insults to people of, everything from body shaming and slut shaming, and I mean, Eminem, went into it pretty hardcore. And today we have like a different culture and a different environment, but it's still kind of the same ideas that are being circulated. Like, how nasty can you get with freedom of speech?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, most of the world, it's so hard to, for good reason, say certain things. It's you get ridiculed and censored if you say certain things. Battle rap is a world where you don't necessarily. Like, two people can be battling each other and they can say these incredible insults about each other and then grab a drink afterwards.
Right.
And it's a really interesting place to be right now because there isn't many worlds where you're able to say those kinds of things, which is the reason why it's not just a battle rap movie. It's really a movie about freedom of speech and raising a lot of questions. We don't make any statements. We just want the audience to come away and talk about what they got from the movie.
It's kind of like being in a mosh pit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because everybody's punching and throwing punches, but then at the end of the day, if you fall down, they pick you back up. They're like, hey, good job.
Exactly.
We did it together.
Yeah, and now the amazing thing is so many of these battlers are friends in real life. Some of them aren't. Some of them don't get along. The beef is real. But some of them, they actually are true friends, even though they battle each other.
And what was your rap game like before the movie?
I don't think I could have been a worse rapper before I started filming this movie. I don't know if there's a worse rapper in the world than I was before filming this. That was the amazing thing, is that Joseph Kahn, the director of this film, was he was able to trust me with that, and he wanted me for the role, but he told me, he's like, you're the worst rapper to read for this project. I need you to learn how to rap, and I can't take any credit for the actual raps going well. It's all because of the battle rap community. They really embraced me, and they spent countless hours working with me and breaking down every single rap that we have to do. And it's really because of them that I was able to learn how to rap.
Who were some of the people that helped you along the way?
Disaster, all these guys are some of the best battle rappers in the world. It's like Disaster, Hollow, Loaded Lux, Kid Twist, Roan, Dumbfounded. They were all really influential.
So when you received your dialogue, were you intimidated by all the rap battles that you had to do?
I was intimidated, and I was also I was nervous. I was really nervous taking on this project. I was just coming off of a Disney Channel show, and there's that period of time after doing a kids program where you really have to be careful about what projects you take. I was worried the subject matter is very controversial, the themes are very controversial, and I knew I risked alienating a part of my audience, but I knew that I had to take risks in order to expand as an actor, and playing it safe wasn't the best route. And it wasn't necessarily trying to be edgy or break out of some mold that I thought I was in. It was just around working with storytellers that I really trust and working with scripts that I thought were smart and were things that I haven't seen before.
Yeah, and this is happening during a really interesting cultural moment. This movie kind of goes along with Blind Spotting and Dear White People. What would you call this genre that we're kind of coming into? Like this idea we're playing with the politically incorrect and, what kids are facing today.
Kids are facing a real eye-opening time. I think that there's so much exposure to so many cultures, and people are really have the ability, partly because of social media, to speak up about what they believe in and also say when they don't think things are right. This movie asks a lot of those questions, even though it's in a way that's very in your face and can be aggressive at times. It's no different than, the battles are no different than two people arguing about different political beliefs on Twitter. It's the same kind of thing, except it's just dialogue in a movie.
Right. And getting back to the rap battles, did you have a lot of like one take deals, or were there a lot of takes?
There was a lot of takes.
Yeah.
I mean, the movie is very cinematic, and but I will say when we were filming though, we did it more like a play. So any of the battles you saw, we did it in real time. And the final battles, it goes for about 20, 25 minutes, and we actually ran a lot of those all the way through, which is very unusual for film. I remember reading the script and seeing my name, like the character name, and then seeing dialogue. And I'd keep flipping the pages and seeing no action lines and no description. It was just words. And I thought, wow, this is going to be really interesting. But it really was like doing a monologue, and then letting the other person do a monologue, and then you do a monologue, and then another monologue. It was really an interesting process. It felt like doing Shakespeare.
Oh. And when you were doing your rap battles, you and the other actors, you were figuring out kind of your personalities, your moves, it was all about the dialogue, and then you had to figure out how you were going to present it physically.
Exactly. And there was a lot of rehearsal leading up to it. We had about 3 months between the table read and the first day production. And I worked with battle rappers almost every single day on the raps. So by the time we actually got to set, we were so well rehearsed that we were able to just be in the moment. And Joseph was really sweet to us because he created this safe space. He's working with actors that aren't rappers and rappers that aren't actors. But he made us all feel very comfortable because he treated it like a real battle. So I wouldn't necessarily talk to the other person that I was battling before. There'd be a few hours of setting up and getting ready, and I would be in my own space, getting ready as if I were actually doing a real battle. And a lot of the people that were the background in the scenes were unbelievable. And I have to do a huge shout out to them, because if it wasn't for the background performers in this movie, I wouldn't be able to have delivered a good performance.
They were cheering you on.
They were amazing for really long days. I mean, some of those final battle sequences took almost a week to shoot. And they were there the entire time, and it was their energy that really kept me going.
You probably have the hardest job as far as being controversial or saying controversial things. Like everybody had to say something that was offensive, but your character's thesis was on the use of the N-word in hip-hop culture. So
yeah,
was that uncomfortable at all?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that word is one of the most violent words in the English language, and I had never said it before this film. It was really tough. It was really tough to say those words because you don't want to put that out there. At the same time, though, I knew that there was a bigger point and message to this film that I really wanted to convey. So in order to do that, if I did have to say it, I would. But I can go on the record by saying I have never said it apart from the takes. Even in rehearsal, I wouldn't say it because it's very uncomfortable for me to say that. And since then, I will never say it unless it's for a really good project. And I think that's a testament to the script as well, and also Joseph as a storyteller, because as a white actor, to say those kinds of things, it's tough, and you're risking a lot. So it's really, you have to do it with a story that you trust and with a filmmaker that you feel safe with. Okay, so as a young person, do you actually struggle with these issues, or is this something that's kind of more of a political subject matter, or do you and your friends actually talk about these things, like what's politically correct, what people should be doing, what they shouldn't be doing? I think that's all I talk about now. It seems like it's a moment. Maybe it's because I'm young and I don't recognize other moments in history where we've had those kinds of moments of awakening. Yeah. But it really feels like my eyes are opening up every day to the struggles of other people in America and around the world, and just trying to find a way that we can respect and talk to each other in a way that actually is with love and not with hate. And there's so many things that I grew up with when I was younger that I thought were appropriate that I now realize were quite insensitive. And I'm so grateful for this time, because I think it's a time that we really can discuss it, and hopefully the next generation, they'll have never experienced any of that. They won't have a childhood of seeing things on TV that weren't necessarily politically correct. Hopefully they'll be in a world where everyone's respected equally.
Nice. And yes, if you watch this movie, eventually you will be offended.
Yeah.
Is there a character that you identify in particular in this movie? Because you have a lot of different interesting kind of stereotypes of different types of people.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the character goes to Berkeley, and he's around a very privileged group of friends, and they have their own judgments on the battle rap world, but at the same time, they aren't necessarily authentically participating and understanding that. So by placing judgment on it, they actually are being quite insensitive, because they're not authentically participating and understanding that there are some rules that don't apply in that world, but other rules that don't necessarily apply in the world of Berkeley. So those lines are very interesting, and I feel like that I've seen conversations with my friends go like that, where they're trying to be overly politically correct and not realizing they're actually being a little bit insensitive.
Right.
So I think it's a time it's a really good time to just approach every conversation with an open heart and open eyes, and be as careful as possible, but also ask questions. If you're not sure of something, I think it's important to find out.
Right. And at the end of the day, the most important thing is your actions, not your words.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I have a couple of questions for you. What was the first job that made you think, I've made it?
I can tell you the first job. I was an extra in Air Bud 3 when I was 7, and I walked on that set, and I was like, I think I got this. I think I'm a movie star now. And then since then, I increasingly think I haven't made it. I think it's because I keep working on projects with filmmakers that I look up to and actors that I look up to that I feel like I'm never going to make it. I'm just hoping that I just continue to work with people that inspire me and that help me grow as an artist, and I hope I never grow to the point of making it. I hope I'm continuing to learn every year.
Well, I can tell you I've talked to actors who are in their 70s who said, I've never had that feeling. So I think the bar just moves forward as you get older.
And I hope it does. I hope we get to continue to be challenged and never feel complacent.
Yeah. Best day on the set of Bodied?
The best day, every day was amazing. It really was. Like, every day was like my artistic soul was so fulfilled. The final battle that people will see in this movie was a really special moment, because the scenes were so long, everyone had to stay in character. You wouldn't be able to do those scenes unless you were approaching it in a method way, and the battlers were as well. And it was an amazing time, because we were working with real battle rappers and in scenes with them, and we were learning more about how to perform a battle rap and the battle rap culture, and they were learning more about acting. And what we realized is that we're very similar. We have the exact same job. We're storytellers. We're just telling a story. Even if they're telling it in a different way than we are, they're telling stories. That's what rap has always been about. That's what hip-hop has always been about. That's where hip-hop comes from, is through storytelling. And in battle raps, they're telling their own story, their own perspectives, or they're trying to tell someone else's story to get at them. And that's what we're doing as artists as well. So those days where we had these massive battles with all these battle rappers together were so special, because I just have so much tremendous respect for that community and for all the battlers that I worked with, and the battlers I didn't get a chance to work with too. I've seen hundreds of battles online. I've become obsessed with this culture, and they really are they're modern day poets.
Yeah. Do you have any desire to throw your hat into the ring?
I would love to. I really would. I don't have the skills.
Yeah.
Like, I realize that people might watch this and think, oh, but you could rap in that. But that took a lot of work.
Yeah.
These guys they're just so talented. I mean, not only are they able to battle in real time, they don't get a take two. Like, when these battles, they're live. It's like a boxing match with words. And if you slip up, you lose. Yeah. So they're professional actors who perform monologues for a living.
Yeah. The last movie that made you cry?
I saw A Star Is Born last night, and I'm still tearing up about it. It was one of those movies where you watch it and think, maybe I should quit. Like, it's so good, it's so well done, and the performances were so amazing. I thought, I'm in awe.
Worst piece of career advice you've gotten?
Worst piece?
Yeah.
The worst piece of career advice, probably be careful what you work on. A lot of people in this industry encourage actors to be extremely picky, which I think is a valuable thing. You want to be consistent as much as you can in terms of telling stories that mean something and projects that are at a certain bar. But at the same time, your job is to act, and you want to have as many experiences as possible. And I worry that some young actors approach picking projects too carefully too soon, and they don't get the exposure to other projects. Like, I think it's really important to do a wide array of styles and genres so that you can really hone your skill set.
Yeah, test the waters.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't have been able to do Bodied had I not done a Disney Channel show.
So I wanted to talk to you about a couple of other projects that you have. One is some charity work that you do with the One campaign.
Yeah.
What's the One campaign?
The One campaign, it's Mono's organization, and I'm working with them in terms of helping to get girls educated in developing countries. It's an incredible organization. I encourage everyone to check it out. There's a lot that people need to realize in terms of girls being educated in developing countries, and it really, by supporting girls in East Africa and around the world, you're supporting your own country as well. And the more that we can encourage our politicians to put money towards girls' education, the better our world will be all around.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, there's 130 million girls that weren't able to go to school today.
Yeah.
And I hope that the next generation and my kids eventually, my future kids, won't have that as a reality. And I want every girl to be educated and be able to go to school.
Yeah, education is the key to getting people out of poverty.
It's the key to getting people out of poverty. It's one of the keys to a lot of the world's biggest problems.
Yeah, yeah.
And we need more women as leaders.
Yes.
In politics, in finance. We need it in all aspects. We need more women to be in charge.
Absolutely. And you're also working on a project with Hulu right now. You're
I am.
filming?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's called The Act. I haven't started yet. I start in 3 weeks. They started production in Georgia about a month ago, and it's a really special project. These storytellers that I'm working with are amazing. It's a true crime show, and I feel like we've seen a lot of that, but you've never seen anything like this. This is told in a completely different way. A woman named Dee Dee and her daughter, Gypsy, and their relationship is something that you've never seen on TV before.
Interesting. And it's Patricia Arquette.
Patricia Arquette and Joey King.
Excellent.
As well.
Excellent.
Yeah.
We'll be looking out for that.
Yeah.
Calum, thank you so much for dropping by.
Oh, thank you so much.
And the movie's Bodied. Go check it out.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye.